Kunzite, this one is for you. Now, Zach would tell you he's a positive reinforcement trainer. The reality is, Zach George is an IGP dog trainer. He's just using one quadrant up the system to bullshit you. Okay? Zach George is not a positive reinforcement trainer. That one quadrant that he's using of Conrad Most 4 quadrants of dog training is called primary inducement. What is primary inducement, you ask? Let's have a read from Conrad Most book. This is Conrad's book. This is the dog training Bible that all of these people are following. As a primary inducement, we may make use of fondling, which means stroking and patting the dog and occasionally offering tidbits. That's treats, okay? That's primary inducement. This is not B.F. Skinner. Let's get into the video a bit and see what he says.
If you want your dog to know how to walk right next to you, to be focused,
And that's a big question. If you want your dog to do this is what you do. Do you really want this as a dog owner? I'm always asking dog owners, what do you want from your dog? And a lot of them get confused because nobody's ever asked that question. They've always got trainers saying, you need to create this, you need to train this, you need to replicate what I'm doing here on TV. Stop. What do you really want from your dog? What would you be happy with?
sync with you without pulling or without getting distracted. Stick around because today we're going to show you how to train
How to teach a dog to heel. This is all Conrad Most. This is IGP dog training. It has nothing to do with B.F. Skinner. But yet he's telling you he's a positive reinforcement trainer.
most practical heel for the real world. This is Wallace. He's a Malinois German Shepherd mix, and he is in training with me. I'm Zach George. Yes! This is the dog training revolution.
It's the same old garbage, Zach. It's not a training revolution.
Click thumbs up and subscribe to learn everything about dog training and more. A practical heel really is about teamwork and communication. The goal is keeping your dog safe, comfortable.
I've got full teamwork and communication with my dog, and it doesn't require training. I've actually got better communication than you do because I don't train him. He's got full autonomy.
And confident, especially in more challenging environments. Think of it as an approach.
Confidence can only come from trust and respect. It's mutual trust and respect that builds confidence in any animal. Think about human best friends. You trust that person, you respect that person, you're confident with them, you're confident that they won't let them get hurt, and you won't put them in harm's way. That's what a relationship is supposed to be. Look at this dog and ask yourself, does this dog really just trust and respect Zach George?
To use when you're in really busy areas or if you're passing some tricky spots. I've used it on really steep mountainsides when doing hiking before. I've done it in busy street situations. You'll be amazed at the different times that the need for heel arises throughout your dog's life.
You see, I've never used a heel. I don't need a heel. The dog is nervous, the dog's just going to stop, I'm going to stop. I'm not going to be doing anything to the dog, there's no reward, there's no punishment. The dog is nervous about something, and I just want them to get over it. That's it. When they choose to move forward, we move forward. There's no heel in process.
But it's not something you want to use all of the time because it's a bit unnatural for a dog to do it.
But again, heel is a part of IGP.
For prolonged periods. A traditional heel is on the left side.
Yeah, and there's also IGP dog training. So when you see IGP dog trainers, they're all on the left side. It's right there in the book. The dog stays on the left side. Conrad Most, not B.F. Skinner.
These days, it makes a lot more sense to teach an ambidextrous heel. I find that I default to a right.
Most owners could give a shit if their dog would heel or not, as long as the dog is calm and not trying to eat the world. You don't need to be training this. It's so much easier.
Heel when I need to use it. When I'm on pedestrian paths, I'm often walking on the right side. So being a barrier between my dog and other people and...
See, that's another mistake because you're taking the onus off the dog. The dog is a liability to you, Zach. That's the reason why you're walking the dog on the right-hand side of you, so you can block everything. When I walk a dog, by the time I walk a dog, it's all the trust and respect is there. The dog is calm. The dog doesn't give a shit anymore. The dog is walking on my left side. There's people passing by in these paths. The dog's not trying to eat them.
Animals and
again, I don't use treats and I don't use tools. I don't use reward and punishment because I understand truly what they are and what they do.
Other situations on the other side makes more sense for me. So there's a couple of ways that I try and experiment with.
If that dog truly trusted Zach, he wouldn't be scared at all in the environment.
Each dog to get them to come over here to my right side.
How to get the dog to do something. This is again primary inducements. Right here in the book, right?
We've been casually working on luring him into position.
Luring. That's again the primary inducements act. It's not positive reinforcement, and you know it.
Next to me. That's not exactly the heel position. How am I going to get from that to here facing you? Do some experimenting to see how you can kind of get your dog to spin in.
How you can get your dog to anything. This This is inducements. This is not positive reinforcement. The dog is doing for a treat. So dog owners, when you're trying to teach recall or whatever have you, the dog is having two choices at that point. Or you got to chase the squirrel out in the environment or the treat. That's the two choices. Where do you come into that? Where do you come into play? What part of the equation are you involved in? The dog's not doing it for you. The dog is coming to you for the food. They're not coming to you for you. If you didn't have that food in your hand, would the dog be coming to you? Stop and think about that.
To place by luring them and get their neck to align with your leg. So, see,
Why is that so important? Get their neck to align with the leg? Because it's all IGP, Zach. Why don't you just tell people the truth for once? That's what I've been asking for trainers to do. Just tell the truth. One person tell the truth. The problem is, once you tell the truth, you'll never have a trainer or have another dog to work with.
There it is. Yes, it's not bad. I'm going to reward it because it's an effort.
And again, the dog is doing for the food. That's the reality.
And you can see he's
And
looking
you're
at
gonna
the
see
dog
that.
here. So I'm going to be understanding of that. Let him take it in. Wallace has a habit of sitting a lot because that's been heavily reinforced for him. I'm going to try and
Reinforcement is also known as conditioned.
encourage him to remain standing while we're doing a heel unless I ask for a sit. If you want to see how we taught him stand, check the description. Okay. Yes.
Again, dog owners, ask yourselves, is this what you want from your dog, or would you just be happy with a calm dog you can take anywhere and they won't try to eat the environment? They can be nice and chill. Because calm is easy to create. This is a whole lot harder because you have no idea what IGP is, but you're trying to train your dog for IGP and you don't understand the system. They're not giving you any information. And what he is giving you is wrong.
I'm going to try and mark him when he's standing. Attention. Yes. Ah, there we go.
You see, the dog is interested in treat. Every time the dog sees a treat, that's when the ears perk up. He's not doing this shit for Zach. He's doing it for the treat. If Zach didn't have a treat, this wouldn't be happening, would it, Zach? If I took all your treats away, you show us you training the dog, you couldn't do it. That's the reality.
I had to save that butt from sitting there. Yes. I love the stand stay here.
The stand stay, he's waiting for a treat. He's doing this for the food, nothing else. He's not doing it for you. If you didn't have food in your hand, he wouldn't be even looking at you. Welcome to primary inducements.
Yes. Not a perfect heel, but getting there. Okay. And so as the dog is approaching me, I might cheat a step forward there to make it a little bit easier for them to line up and help them understand what we're going for here. We are dealing with distractions. Here, okay, watch this. Yes!
Yeah. Only when he sees a treat did he come.
You see that? There's something about that.
I hope this doesn't impress people. I hope people aren't going, ooh, this is so cool. Anybody can do this with a piece of food.
Momentum.
Using momentum to guide your dog into position.
That's another IGP technique, isn't it? Move backwards, Jack. Come on, tell the truth for once. You're not using positive reinforcement. You're a primary inducement trainer under Conrad Most. Come on.
And really leverages their natural movements, which can make it easier for them to learn and replicate these in the future.
Replicate and learn. That's the problem. They want replication. And there's a problem with that.
Okay. I want to release him there because that was a good success.
You see, he actually mentions autonomy in this video. He's taking away the dog's autonomy. That's what people don't realize.
And when I'm done doing heel, I'm going to clearly...
And by the way, ladies and gentlemen, if you would read the book, Conrad Most Training Dogs, this is the book that no trainer wants to mention. They won't talk about it, and Zach won't mention it. But once you read the book, you're going to read one section that's going to discuss you. The whole book is disgusting on the way he treats dogs, but he actually lays out rules for beating your dog into submission with that Schützen stick.
Release him, I'll choose to say okay, but use whatever words you want. And that lets him know that he can go back to walking normally.
He's anticipating the treat. That's the problem.
Yes. So I like that he's standing in front of me. Now,
you see, Zach is only doing this for the dog. He's luring the dog with treats. He's not rewarding the dog. That's the reality. Stop and think about that.
The idea is to see if we can get him to spin around.
The only reason why the dog is interacting with him right now is because Zach got food. The dog is doing it for the food. This is not a reward.
Here, I'm going to move it a little bit with him. Yes. Yeah, the movement really does seem to help with him. So kind of walking back. This is what I mean. Every dog is different.
Yeah, walking back, again, is a part of IGP. You'll find that in the book, too. If people would just sit down and read the book, I'll put a copy of the book, the PDF, in the comments. You can please read it. There's an audio book you can listen to. It's disgusting to read.
Where you deliver the reward matters more than you might think. Rewarding at the correct spot is going to encourage your dog to naturally maintain that ideal heel position.
See that? Right at the seam of my pants there. Yes, I like how he's standing. Yes!
Again, put away the treats and show us the dog doing this, Zach. He's not doing it for you. This is not reward. He's doing it because you have food. That's the only reason. Once you get rid of the food, it's not going to happen anymore, is it?
Did you see what happened? I took a step forward. Didn't release him there. Some people would correct this. I don't believe in doing that. I believe in letting him observe these things.
Which is a good thing to do.
And when he gives me his attention voluntarily, or I inspire him to give me his attention, then we can resume.
But you see, right now the dog wants to move forward. The dog's nose to the ground. He's sniffing something and he wants to go explore it. Now Zach is not letting it happen. He's got the dog on a leash. What is the removal of positive reinforcement? The dog's positive reinforcement is to go move forward. Zach is stopping the block of positive reinforcement, and that's called punishment.
But it's important to let dogs opt out as well, or else you risk really creating unnecessary frustration, which will hold you back. Yes.
Allowing your dog to opt out is going to help you build trust and keep your training sessions positive. Dogs who are given autonomy like this and
This is not autonomy, Zach. You're trying to take the autonomy away. This is all part. A lot of this is part and parcel of Everett Thorndike under methodological behaviorism, and what it does, it causes or atrophies the dog's consciousness.
rewarded for choosing to re-engage with you on their own are going to be more focused, they're going to be more motivated and cooperative in the long run.
As long as he's remaining in that position, whether still or moving, at first, I'm going to let him know
He's just shoveling food into the dog's mouth. That's all he's doing is shoveling food into the dog's mouth.
love that frequently. Okay. I'm not asking for
I hope that's not dried liver treats, because that's dangerous if it is.
This extended heel at this point. Huh, what do you think he's saying? Look, your
He's saying point blank, I don't give a shit about you.
learner or your dog determines what's reinforcing. When a dog does this during the middle of a heel session, I'm not going to ignore that and say continue taking treats. I'm going to use this. So let's go, buddy.
Why don't you take the leash off and get that frisbee a big old sling and let him go chase it?
I mean, look at the instant change in his body language as well. He likes the food, but do you see he's a little more eager right now? Like, oh.
And play is another big part of IGP dog training.
This is a great chance to show you how things look a little different when we switch up to rewarding with play.
You got to be a little quicker.
This kind of eagerness is exactly what you want to see when you're working with your dog. Just take a minute to work.
And again, this is where people lose control, okay? The frisbee is rewarding the dog. Zach is not rewarding the dog. The frisbee is, okay? The dog's positive reinforcement is the frisbee. The dog wants the frisbee. The dog wants to play with the frisbee, okay? The frisbee is the reward. Whenever the dog gets the frisbee, the dog gets that reward. It's not Zach that's giving him the reward.
Through that initial
Welcome to psychology. It's a wonderful thing.
awkwardness when they're extra excited like this.
Left heel, yes.
That's another thing we need to address. Excited like this. They always want the dog in an excited state. Dog owners, you really want the dog in a calm state. You want an overall calm dog. That's all you want, but they're always telling you to keep the dog in an excited state. If you want a calm dog, focus on calm. Stop amping the dog up.
Now, I want to use a frisbee as a lure to help Wallace get back into...
As a lure, again, an inducement. You're trying to get the dog to do something for something.
The heel position. And you can see that at first he thinks I want him to do a come around.
He has no clue what you want, Zach.
That's part of our fetch game. You know what? That's okay. Because watch how quickly we're able to clear up that confusion.
This way, yes.
Wallace clearly understands that we're going to use the frisbee as a reinforcer here. So I'm going to try to fine-tune his movements.
Luring him with it isn't quite as delicate as with the food. So
You notice how he's always saying luring? He's using something to bring the dog to him. If he didn't have that something in his hand, it wouldn't be a luring thing, would it? Once you take the lure away, then the dog's not going to bother him.
for this session, I'm going to keep the frisbee out of sight for a second.
By using my own body language to signal or encourage him.
Oh, he's really in tune to you, isn't he? He's really ready to come to you.
And then reward with that thing that he loves so much.
Yes!
The frisbee.
And you can see
You see, this is all conditioning. This is training. This is conditioning the dog.
how even in this training session, I'm able to reduce the frequency of those rewards as he starts to get what we're going for. When I'm looking up at my head, not the frisbee.
As your dog is really grasping this concept, you can get more picky about exactly where you want that heel position to be.
See how his eyes lit up when I said yes? Just keep upping the criteria a little bit as your dog is making progress. Remember, small steps equals the fastest success. See, he's getting a little wonky over here, so I want to make sure that I encourage him to be a little closer like that. There's our first turn. Look at that. Yes. And you can see this is just as good as a treat, if not more to him actually right now. Heel. Yes.
I think he's actually had enough treats already by now.
I'm starting to say heel now as he's being more reliable. Heel. Good. Yes!
You see, again, he's looking for the treat. That's all he's doing. He's not doing this for Zach. He's doing this for the treat. It's the food that he's doing it for, not the human. The human is not even a part of the equation.
Just walk forward there to get him into the stand.
Again, if there's no food, you don't get the trick, right? That's the reality.
Because he's really dialed in right now.
Again, moving backwards, that's all part of IGP. And again, if he didn't have food on him, the dog wouldn't give a shit about him.
He got a little ahead. I didn't say no or correct him.
You see, the whole thing is dependent on food. Once you get rid of the food, guess what? The whole system falls apart. That's reality. Zach is an IGP trainer, and he's only trying to use one quadrant of the quadrants of dog training. He's actually using all four, but he doesn't want you to know that either. Because people don't understand what punishment is. People have no idea what compulsions really are. When you look at things as inducements and compulsions, things start to fit.
This is what I'm doing.
There's a reason why balanced training is also known as compulsion-based dog training. That's the reason. It's because of Conrad Mostert. That's the dog training Bible. Training dogs.
Instead, getting him back in position. Waiting for eye contact. Yes. He's getting smooth at the handoff. Waiting for the eye contact. Yes. I'm really rewarding him.
You see, the dog's not even looking at Zach. He's not looking at Zach at all. Stop and think about that. He's looking at the treat. It's the treat that he's doing it for. He's not doing this shit for Zach. Zach's just making it look good. If the treats weren't there, the dog would not be doing this. The dog wouldn't be anywhere near you. That's the only reason why, because you're trying to lure the dog. That's all you have to do is lure. Once you remove that lure, you're done.
Back here to try and keep him from getting too ahead of me. So I'm getting him in the habit of looking right there. Yes. Essentially in the middle
He's looking at Zach's pocket. He's not looking at Zach's eyes.
of my thigh. But really, it's just a bit of a dance with your dog.
This is conditioning the dog using food. That's all it is.
Good. Whenever
And again, once you lose the lure, once you lose the food, guess what? You don't get the trick, right?
you hit a point where one of you is struggling, just make it easy
Look at the hit. He's looking right at the pocket. That's all he wants is the food.
for your dog or yourself. Yes.
But yet people go, ooh, this is so cool. No, this is not cool.
You'll get there. Good. Come on. Easy.
See, he's looking right at the friggin' hand. He's looking right for the treat. That's all he's doing this for is for the food. Luring the dog. That's all that's all Conrad Most is with primary inducements.
Yeah.
But yet he's calling us training. But yet trainers tell you point blank, don't lose the treats. Always have a treat bag on your side. There's a reason for it, because you're not training shit. This is not training. This is conditioning. This is the reason why you have to have a treat bag on your side all the time, because if you eventually when you don't have the food, guess what? The dog is doing for the food. If the food ain't there, you're screwed.
Yes. Little ahead, but that's pretty good for a first heel training session. Let's talk about a real world application. A heel in the real world is something we use strategically, not as our default. So as we practice in more populated areas moving forward, I'm going to be asking for that
That dog looks so comfortable, man. He looks like he trusts you so much.
heel periodically. Easy homework is to see if you can get your dog looking at you while they're on one side of you. And if you can get them to do that while moving, good work.
Like us when our dogs eat.
You see, I want the dog. If I'm walking a dog that's nervous, I want the dog to have full attention to the environment around them. I don't want to be a distraction. I want them looking at all those distractions. If they want to go meet a distraction, you know what? We're going to go meet it. Just give me calm, and you can go meet it. If it happens to be a human or a dog, whatever, you stay in a calm state, you got whatever you want. But the thing of it is, they're always focused on amping the dog up. Okay?
Eat better, they feel better. They behave better too.
Behave better. That's the key word, right? You can't train the dog to behave. That's the problem.
This stuff is incredible.
Oh, here we go already now with the sales pitches, because that's all Zach is a salesman. These guys are getting enough kickbacks from the treats they're selling and the tools that they're selling. I've had enough. Have a good night.